Champions of Growth with Anand Rathi Wealth, and we're talking about journeys of perseverance, adaptability, and quiet ambition. I'm Avan Dabash. Today, Payal Maheshwari is being featured. She joined as an associate manager before stepping into the role of a relationship manager in 2019. She's since then built a formidable AUM of 330 crores, driven by deep client relationships, consistency, and a clear long-term vision. She's supported by a family who understands leadership and brings ambition, focus, and resilience. Her goal is clear. She wants to cross 500 crore AUM in the near future. Thank you, Payal, for joining in. So let's talk a little bit now about Anand Rathi Wealth, and at the heart of it clearly is client centricity. So what about your interactions? How has that really come alive?
Hi, Awan. First of all, a wonderful introduction that you've given. So I'm really thankful for this opportunity. So yes, it's been an incredible journey so far. So I would be very honest, I had not dreamt of where I am today, but I'm certainly very proud and happy for whatever I have been able to be, at. So yes, in terms of how it has been through and through, of course, the vision of the company is where I felt should become my vision is only when we can have a similar pathway. So yes, from an account manager where I was in the process of learning right from the scratch because I had had a career shift 10 years ago. And then I thought that yes, wealth management is where I belong. And learning bit by bit, getting into the business development side of it, which was again not my forte. But
Yeah.
yes, my seniors had the vision that yes, you can do it. You should give it a try. And I think they were certainly very good and right about what they said.
Oh, absolutely. Look at where you are today. And there's also, this past decade, we've seen this inclusion of structured products in the client portfolios. How has that really shaped, the client outcomes, and what have been your key learnings from this?
The structured products plays as a key role to the strategy that we kind of offer to the clients. It the core objective of having a structure is a plan B to the portfolio, right? So basically, there's a volatility element which people don't really either talk about or understand very well. So we try to bring in that element of structured product in order to have some hedge in the portfolio, take care of the portfolio, just like, I'm having an amazing car to ride with a shock absorber. So, the ride becomes much more smoother. That's the whole thing.
Well said, absolutely. And you're certainly in the fast lane. And I think the fact that a lot of investors usually use leverage for real estate or business at Anand Rathi Wealth, it is a tool for long-term wealth creation. So
That's right.
tell us a little bit about how this different lens has influenced your client conversations.
So yes, I would not say that it's an easy thing to do, but easy thing to do as in, when it comes to business or let's say buying a house property, people do
Mhm.
really think about doing some kind of a leveraging, right? And they're very open to the idea. But when it comes to investments, the thought process has been always, okay, let me play safe. Okay, I want a risk-free kind of a, scenario to work with. But when we, kind of, we had broken down the entire concept bit by bit, and then we took the proposition to the client that this is where we look at it happening. This is the limit that we want to set. This is where we want to keep a pause that not beyond this. So, the entire math has worked. So, yes, at Anand Rathi, we certainly believe that, logic and math takes over English or any kind of fear is where
Mhm.
leveraging deconstructed and put into the entire wealth strategy has helped me also as well as my clients in terms of building an additional amount of return on their given portfolio size.
Oh, absolutely. And the fruits of that have really been shown. And tell us a little bit about what really, according to you, at Anand Rathi defines client centricity. Do you have any experience that you'd like to share on this?
Let me put it this way, client centricity definitely is the core objective with which we have been able to move forward. Of course, we started with in a very small way, now becoming an organization dealing with almost 91,000 plus crores, So it's just that the client centricity had been the core objective when it
Yes.
comes to business front. Any one example, if I were to say, is that we do not come up with solutions which the clients wants to hear, but we come up with solutions which the clients should know about. And then the decision is left to them whether they would want to do it or not. But yes, as I said earlier, the logic and math, data backed, is the approach that we bring in it. So, yes, the client centricity comes in every day, every conversation that we have, not one in particular. And yes, clients have come back and thanked us that yes, you persisted, you kind of just were, insisting the same. Today we see that yes, it has made a lot of sense to us.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, you're not telling the client what they want to hear. They're telling them what they need to hear, and that's more important. That's why they're coming to Anand Rathi Wealth for that expertise. And there's also been this very unique strategy offering two products, and that's at a time when the market has so many options. So how has this worked for clients? Were they initially hesitant? How has this approach even worked for you?
So, like I said, that I had no background of sales, so I truly don't know sales. I only knew what data says and what approach or strategy says, right? So, when it comes to the product, then yes, across the universe or across our industry, we have people offering only products and products or doing transactions after transactions, right? So, the merit of the client or the centricity of the client is completely amiss. Sticking by two products is the simple reason being that has worked the best for the clients through and throughout. So why complicate? Like we always say, Anand Rathi, uncomplicated. We stick by the process and we say, let's go for the, the regular staple food diet. That's good for the system. Like just like your rice and dal is good for your system.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Feed the soul what it needs, and that will nourish it. You've spent so much time at the company. Tell us about some of the lessons. Do you have some, talks or professional? It could be personal that has really had a lasting impact on you. Even if you could share a story, that would be great.
I would be very, honest about a feedback. The feedback being that I had never visioned where I could be, but my seniors did. So, initially it used to feel when I had just started off, I was like, maybe this is not my place. And when I was offered that, yes, now you can step into the business, development role, I had actually become very emotional and very much feared. Why feared is because, the fear was that what if I don't make it? What if I'm not in the right direction? Then, taking a change of career and then, doing this kind of a thing may completely put me a lot many years behind. Because for me, it was very important to make sure that what I am doing now should be conscious, should be with an absolute right baby step each time. But
Yeah.
my mentors, my seniors, I don't know what they saw, but they were always very positive and optimistic. They said, "You will make it, yeah. You don't have to worry so much. What if you're not able to make it so fast? You'll be slow, but you'll surely be there. You have the traits." Initially, I used to feel they are very good mentors. They are team leaders. They're just kind of pushing me. But today, I'm really thankful to a leader like Krishanu, who's our unit head, Aminu, who I work with as a, she's my team leader. I think Feroz, he's
Mm.
been a biggest guiding light I've ever seen. This man dreams for everyone. I don't know what he gets, but I think that is what gives him a kick. So, today I believe that if your mentors, the positive people around you think about you, believe in you should take that leap of faith. You should try working towards you. And personally, I think what it has shaped is, Payal, you can be a better version of yourself each day. You need not be the best out there, but at least give it your best shot.
I like that you said it's the better version of yourself. And I think that a lot of your peers have had a big role to play in that. So let's talk about what excites you in the future. How do you see Anand Rathi Wealth growing, and how do you see yourself growing in this ecosystem?
Okay, so Anand Rathi, of course, is growing leaps and bounds, and I'm very sure that we'll be the biggest in the industry very, very soon to come. Coming to personal growth, I have grown in the last 10 years. So from an account manager to an associate director, personally, it means a lot. I've had for certain personal milestones met as well, personal plans, taking shape in reality also seen. So I think a lot of milestones crossed and many more to come. I don't believe in a 5-year plan. I believe that what I'm going to do in the next 6 months. So yes, I'm taking baby steps, and I'm looking forward to a much better AUM, much better client, respect, credibility, because that is what is going to keep me going and with better books to come forward.
Oh, absolutely. And we look forward to that in the future for you, Payal. But let's talk rapid fire. So I want quick, snappy answers.
Sure.
Your career has spanned so many roles and so many businesses. Which is the experience, one, that has shaped you the most?
Marketing.
Okay. 330 crore AUM. Tell us about what your next goal is and your biggest growth accelerator.
I think 500 and growth accelerators, perseverance.
Okay. One word to describe Anand Rathi Wealth or one sentence.
Visionary.
Okay. And I'm sure that you're going to have a lovely time being a part of this visionary company for the next many years to come, Payal. A testament to your growth, your adaptability, and of course, your long term thinking. So thank you for joining in. And I'm sure the next chapter of leadership at Anand Rathi Wealth is going to be equally memorable. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.